Moon mission has begun, guys. What is going on? What is this? XRP $2.28 is just ridiculous, right? Because Bitcoin isn't moving as strong as XRP right now, right? Compared to Ethereum as well, or any of these other coins, guys. XRP is just taking the lead, right? Taking charge. Why? In today's video, that's what we're going to investigate. Why is this all happening? But a few people did call this move actually, right? Such as Waters Above, which is nasty work, which is a crazy work, guys. Look at this. Dear XRP Army, we're about to get an XRP Summer $15 XRP by July 24th of 2025. Okay, so this is crazy. So we're talking about double digits is right on the horizon. I mean, if that was like the peak bottom, right around $1.62, we call that. But this move, we give credit where credit is due to whoever calls the bottoms and tops, because this came from Waters Above days before this even happened. Your XRP Army, the bottom on XRP should be in by June 4th to the 6th. Now this is just crazy work, right? Because knowing where XRP will go to a certain price is much or far easier than knowing the exact day where a bottom will be. This happened on June 5th, guys. Right? So I mean, yeah, this is crazy. And now he's saying that, hey, we're talking about like double digits in the coming months, right? July. Wait, that's next month, not coming months. That's next month, end of next month, right? The reason why he's saying this, I think, is because looking at the fractal. Okay, so he's copying a fractal from the past. I think this is 2017, right? A fractal from back here, guys. Oh yeah, okay, so he literally says, where are we at right now? Where are we at right now? So he says, we're right here, guys, right? Where there's a symmetrical triangle or some type of bullish pattern forming, right? A continuation pattern, which takes us to the next leg higher. And we're right there, guys, right? About to experience $15 in end of next month if this chart plays out or history repeats, right? So are we now extremely bullish? Let's investigate. I was wondering all of a sudden why this pump. Now on a daily time frame, guys, on the 12 hourly and the daily, there are bullish divergences that have been confirmed like 2 days ago or something, or a day ago. So probably that's why. But there are rumors circulating around that mark your calendar June 17th. Why? Because the SEC is expected to issue a decision on Franklin Templeton's proposed XRP ETF, a move that could give institutional investors direct access to XRP via traditional markets, right? So this is crazy. So June 17th, guys, this strikes. Okay? Because look at this. So of the act, June 17th, 2025, as a date by which the Commission shall either approve or disapprove or institute proceedings to determine whether to disapprove the proposed rule. Okay, and that is, well, Franklin Templeton Spot XRP ETF set for Thursday, June 17th. I repeat, if this gets approved, guys, yeah, this rally is gonna... I think that's why XRP is pumping before, just randomly and suddenly, right? Because it was just quiet, and now all of a sudden it exploded. It seems like this is why, guys. June 17th, if it gets approved, Moon has been confirmed, right? Moon has literally been confirmed. I repeat, because the institutional liquidity, the institutional inflows to the spot XRP ETF. The reason why there's going to be a lot of interest, right? Because it's a spot XRP ETF. Plus, that's very bullish because it's gonna be they're gonna be buying off the market, such as a Bitcoin ETF, right? It's gonna be backed 1-to-1 XRP. Then so much interest because XRP is a later in this bull cycle, guys. Okay, and then there's just so much bullish energy coming forth. So again, what's going on, right? On June 6th, VanEck 21 shares and Canary Capital urged SEC to reinstate the first to file rule, giving ETF approval based on who applied first, as done in non-crypto cases, right? So it seems like they're preparing or possibly getting ready to push out these ETFs, right? Especially for XRP, which again will be insanely bullish. Not to mention, Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund form filed the Friday, June 5th, right? I even said that they should have put XRP's weight above Ethereum, right? We literally said this, I think, on the previous video, or one of, guys, because XRP is just so bullish, right? So when Bitcoin moons, XRP is going to moon 3 times as hard, if not 5 to 10 times as harder, right? But again, here's where it gets a little bit weird or fascinating, let's say, because the Fed will cut rates during the next FOMC June 19th. It's now official. People are now speculating, and there are rumors circulating that, hey, the next FOMC, in the next FOMC meeting, they're gonna cut rates. But wait, it happens when? 9 days from now. Why is that so crazy? Or 10 days, guys, from today, right? Now, why is that so weird? Because on June 17th, they're gonna make the decision on an XRP ETF, and a day later, what happens? The FOMC meeting. Like, what are the chances of this, right? Which the market is speculating or saying that they're gonna hold rates for now, right? But again, that's crazy, huh? So why haven't they refiled it yet? What's going on with the case? 20 days later, no refile yet by the SEC and Ripple and district courts, and the June 16th deadline. Oh, there's another deadline. We got 16th, 17th, and 18th. Literally by 3-day come. Literally, I'm not. What is that? Why we're pumping, right? Front running every damn news possible, bullish news possible. For the status updates in the Second Circuit looms large. Expect a refile before Judge Torres to happen by then. If there's nothing pending before Torres, when the parties file the status report, the Second Circuit only has Torres's denial of the first request, and will restart the briefing. If a motion is pending before Torres at the time of the 616 status report, the Second Circuit will likely push it out another 60 days. So what's the next step? Well, the message by Torres was clear that both parties need to beg for forgiveness. Ripple will say whatever to get it done, but how much public graveling is the SEC willing to do, and how much will be authorized? We have 12 days to find out. Oh, so 12 days. So again, in that time frame, guys, right? So yeah, again, it's about to be an explosive. What is that? That's next week, huh? From June 4th. It all happens next week. And then you thought we're just making stuff up. No, we're not, because we got the next full moon calendar 2025. Want to see the next full moon as well, which happens on June 11th. Right? So let's talk about the possibilities of moon from Charting Guy. Currently, there's a high probability that June 5th was our major pivot low, right? And Astro gets bullish again 8th to the 11th, and the full moon itself is very bullish, right? So let's talk about, we're going to watch this video in just a sec, but again, what's going on with XRP? We just mooned, right? A very slight moon, but again, very bullish at that. Bullish energy is coming all for next week, okay? Bullish external events or catalysts. Here's the one thing that I'm watching for, okay? If moon is correct, guys, we must go first above 250, okay? If we could hold 250, that means people are gonna be front running to it's like $3, right? But the only major level that I'm watching for is only one level at this point in time, right here, right at this level, 285. I repeat, if 285 gets breached like this, right, the heavenly doors open. The heavenly doors swing wide open, guys, or gates of heaven. 285. Okay, just watch for 285 on your, put 285 on your chart, right? Mark it out. If XRP is above that level and holding it as support, the gates to moon open. I repeat. Why? Because then they will need to pump XRP to kill any bearish divergences on the higher time frames, such as the weekly and 2 weekly charts, right? So like this, it goes to 285, guys. If it holds bullish like that at that point, we're just gonna keep pumping and pumping and pumping until bearish divergences form on the lower, on the smaller time frames, on the daily 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, until then we're just gonna keep pumping and pumping and pumping. So 285 is really the level to watch out for. Now the reason we pumped is because so this video shows us that look at that. There were bullish divergences formed on the daily time frame right here, guys, right? Look at that. That's crazy, and that's why we pumped. Not to mention, I think on the 12 hourly and the smaller time frames as well, right? So just craziness happening, guys. So easily we're gonna go to 240s, it seems as, just because there's so much liquidity up there, right? So much liquidity up there, guys. Now what's fascinating to me is money was flowing out of Bitcoin and flowing into Ethereum. But that's odd because money was doing the same exact thing, flowing out of Bitcoin into XRP. That's why XRP versus Bitcoin chart pumped, right? Where are we above? Look at that. Where are we above, guys? This region. We're above this region. I repeat, very bullish, right? We got rejected so many times. We even failed right there, but now we're above it. We hold this region around this level, it's going to be bullish. That's what we said from the beginning, right, for XRP versus Bitcoin. And on this other chart as well, we see bullish breakouts, right, from all structures, patterns for XRP, right? The minimum target, I believe, is 260, but if you go above like 250, you're front running moon, right? So there's a lot of bullish things happening for XRP as we speak, guys. And here's one more fractal to show us, are we on the verge of moon, right? This fractal shows us we go to 250, 260, come down for one final retest of this structure breakout, right? And then we moon, which is around 220, right? So 260, 220 moon if this fractal repeats. If not, we just go up from here. We'll see, guys. Okay, we'll see. But am I bullish? Yes, I am, because of Bitcoin is above the level where it needs to be above, but I'm just gonna be cautious and waiting for lower numbers. If it doesn't happen, then we moon, right? That's simple. Now I need you guys to see what happens, but again, things are looking extremely bullish. What is that, Sophie Smeezy? See ya.